Now, some breaking news from the UK. A 92-year-old man has been found guilty at Bristol Crown Court of the rape and murder of 75-year-old Louisa Dunne back in 1967, in what is thought to be the UK's longest-running cold case ever to be solved. Ryland Headley was convicted at Bristol Crown Court of killing the 75-year-old mother of two. Sky's West of England correspondent Dan Whitehead has this report.
A victim born more than 133 years ago, her killer only now behind bars. Louisa Dunne was 75 years old when she was raped and murdered in her own home in Bristol. It was the latest DNA testing that finally found the man responsible.
This is about your grandmother. And I said, have they caught him? This came out, I never thought I'd say anything like that. Have you caught him? And she said, we have a suspect.
June the 28th, 1967. Louisa Dunne's neighbours noticed she wasn't stood on her doorstep that morning, watching the world go by as she normally would. Instead, they discovered her dead inside her house, bruised, bleeding from one ear, her underwear around her ankles. At the time of the original investigation, police found a palm print on the rear window of Louisa Dunne's house. They took around 19,000 prints from local men and boys, but the man who was responsible, a Ryland Headley, lived just outside the ring of selected homes, so wasn't found. Traces of semen were discovered on Louisa's clothes, but this was 20 years before DNA testing. All the evidence was stored in Police HQ for nearly 6 decades, but in 2024 it was re-examined. New tests found a DNA match. Police were told it was 1 billion times more likely to belong to Ryland Headley than anyone else.
I had to read that email a number of times to actually fully digest the content of it and believe what I was reading. And then it was okay, game on, let's get this investigation going.
I'm here today because I'm arresting you on suspicion of the rape and murder of Louisa Dunne.
Ryland Headley was arrested at his home in Suffolk, now 92 years old. He said nothing in police interviews.
No comment.
And didn't give evidence in the trial. As well as the DNA link, officers matched his palm to the print taken in 1967. His conviction brings relief to Mary, who has lived with what happened to her grandmother for most of her life.
I think it's appalling. The poor woman. It must have been absolutely terrifying. And the reality of a rape, I don't like thinking about. I don't think anybody does.
I think this investigation shows that you should never give up. Yes, it's from 1967, but actually, at the time, we reinstigated it in 2024. That was 57 years ago. There was a chance that a suspect could still be alive, and as it turned out, he was.
This is thought to be the longest cold case from crime to trial in the UK, one that's finally brought justice more than half a century on. Dan Whitehead, Sky News in Bristol.